If the batteries in your PlayStation controllers are starting to fail, you don't need to buy new controllers. You can just buy these batteries. They come in a set of 2, and you can easily replace them in your PlayStation controllers. And it also comes with the tools that you need to replace them. And it's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. This was actually pretty simple. First, you pop out the darker black portion of your controller. On the bottom, it's on both sides. You can just use your finger, and you just easily work your way around until you can pop the whole thing off. Don't be rough with this. Take your time. You don't want to bend anything. Next, we're going to take the R1 and L1 buttons off. I like to hold the trigger buttons down, and then you just insert the tool underneath the R1 and L1, lift up, and it should just pop right off. You can also hold your finger down over the button when you remove it so it doesn't go flying off. We've now exposed some screws, and those are the ones we are going to unscrew along with the 2 on the bottom of the controller. So we just use the included screwdriver and unscrew these carefully, and all of these screws are the same, so you don't have to worry about mixing them up. I also love that this screwdriver is magnetic, so it easily catches the screws. Next, we're going to remove the back of the controller. I used the blue tool to work my way up the sides of the controller. Then once it gets near the top, I kind of gave it a twist to pop the back piece off. And you can do this on both sides. Next, there are 2 tabs that are holding the back piece in place underneath the analog stick, so just use the blue tool to kind of open them up. Then flip the controller around to the back, and you're going to lift up and out, and you should be able to lift off the back piece of the controller. Finally, we get to the battery we're going to replace. Slowly remove the wires from underneath that clip that's holding them in place. Then you can use small pliers, or I just use my fingers, and you can just easily and slowly remove the battery from the controller. Now we're going to insert the new battery and do the exact same process in the opposite direction. So first we're going to place the battery back in here. It only goes one way. I wouldn't force it. Just take your time. Look at where the holes line up, and you can just press it in. Then you just set the battery in place, and then just push the cords back in underneath the hook. Then we're going to put the back plate back on. First you start at the top at an angle, and then you're just going to make sure it lines up, and then snap it back together. So much easier than taking it off. Make sure to push the tabs back in so it stays in place. Then we're going to put all 4 screws back. There's 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top underneath the R1 and L1 buttons. Next, we're going to put the buttons back. It's honestly really easy. There's 2 little pointy parts that stick out. You just want to make sure that those go into the correct slot. You're going to be able to feel if it's in the correct spot. And then once you do, you just push the button into the controller, and you should hear a click. And finally, we're going to put the black piece of the faceplate back onto the front of the controller. You just start at the top, the 2 pointy parts, push those in, and then just work your way down the sides. You should be able to hear the click once they're in place. Just make your way around, make sure everything is nice and flush in the controller. And that's it. Super simple. The battery works really, really well. I noticed a dramatic difference in battery life. The battery lasts way longer, and I was able to use my controller immediately. And I love how this comes in a pack of 2. So if your controllers are dying very, very quickly, I highly suggest getting these batteries. You don't need a new controller. All you have to do is just get some batteries and just easily replace it. It saves your pocket, and it works really, really well.